Welcome back to Building with David. Today we're going to talk about sanding. I've got one of my semi-truck puzzles here as well as another piece of wood. So first off, let's talk about the sandpaper itself. There's different grits of sandpaper. On the back it has a number on it, like this is a 100 grit. The larger the number, the finer the grit it is. So depending upon what you're sanding, especially hardwoods, you'll start with a lower number and work your way up to the higher numbers until you get it smooth the way you want it. This is a little different. You know, one of these we just have to sand them once, so we use 100. So the first thing you want to do, I've already cut this sheet up, but you want to take, and it's called breaking the back of the sandpaper, and you just run it across, let me do it up here so you can see maybe. You run it across the corners like that, and that kind of breaks the back up and it keeps your sand, I guess, to stay on the sandpaper. So when you go to sand something, you always want to sand with the grain when possible. I mean, sometimes you can't. And on here, like on this puzzle piece, the plywood, the grain's a little harder to see as opposed to this actual piece of pine here. You can see which direction the grain goes. So take the piece, you know, you can get a sanding block, or you can just hold it in your hand. Sometimes you'll be best to hold it flat, other times fold it. I kind of like to fold it myself. So we'll take the piece, we'll go back and forth with the grain. Now, of course, you do that to both sides, and then once you're done there, you want to do the edges. You know, and work it into all the spots, which sometimes it takes a little while depending upon what your project is and how detailed it is. There's your quick version of that. I mean, you keep sanding it until everything's smooth. And then with any kind of other lumber, it's basically the same thing. So just go back and forth with the grain. And you would continue sanding it until you get it the smoothest that you want before you put a finish on it. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in today, and we will see you next time.